because of it being a wee bit dirty, but this will clear. See? It takes a bit of time as it picks it up from all the sides. As long as that flow rate remains the same, I'll be happy with that. Not quite as much as I was hoping, but that should increase. The longer it's pumped, the better it will be. I'll just move outside here now. What they're doing is they're pumping it into this pond. You see, so it'll help the pond as well. There's your water again. Flow rate's still fairly, in fact it's actually increased a bit now. And I think as time goes on it will improve even more. As you can see now, coming right from the top. And this is a fairly big pipe. Approximately 2 inches in diameter. And for a flow rate like that to keep going constant, it's very encouraging. I shall check it again in an hour's time. Until then, I'll speak to you again later. Okay? But this is the outcome of all the work which has took place. The map dowsing, the site visits, the drilling, through all the problems we had with the drilling, such as what I think is the marl. The problem was that the marl was situated underneath the sandstone, which then would throw the depth. Now you see it's dropping again there, but that's because they're altering it. And it's going to come up again now. There will be a slight fluctuation in there. But eventually we'll have that as good clean water. Okay, till later. Bye for now. Right, almost an hour has passed and the flow rate's still going continuously. I've worked out and calculated the quantity of water flowing from here, and it's 8 gallons per minute. And it is there, flowing down there. See it there? Up to the pipe, down again. Now, what I'm going to do now is take you across to some markers I left. The reason for this is that a dowser should be able to work out whether or not the driller has intercepted the source of water. Now we're in the front, there's the source of water. That's the driller location. There's the 2 red flags, which is the river. It's running downstream of the drill bit. We are now looking downstream again, the 2 red flags, and then you've got the 2 yellow and white is where the water is now. It has shrunk. I am happy with that at this stage of the flow system. It's extracting some of the water, but it will never get all the water from a borehole. Some of it always continues to flow beneath the ground. We'll shortly be moving across to the other location, which is crossing this particular one. Here we go. Now we're walking to it. Here we are, this is it. The 2 yellow flag markers represent the outer source of this particular source of water. We're walking round now. Here we are. As I said, the 2 yellow represents the outer source, the 2 red and 2 white is where it shrunk. Right, so this is it now. As you can see, the 2 red flags are there. The flow has not improved that well at this stage. We will be going across the road shortly. Here we go. To have a look at it from a different angle. Crossing the road now. be turning back in a minute. Here we go, turn back, there's the flags. This is the one which crosses the underground river. It's a smaller flow, this one. This is the one I'm a bit worried about, that they may not have caught all the water off when they put the rig down. That's a view of it from that side there. We'll carry it through there, and you can see the rig behind. This is another angle. Now we'll go across over here again. You can see the outer edge of the two rivers across there. Part of the rig. That's a view now, long distance across to it. Zooming in, now going across. Here we go. Here we go. Walking towards the rig and to the water source. There's the rig. You can see the two guys' coats there. And in the distance you can see the markers of where the drilling rig was. And there's the pipes, the blue pipes, and also the flow which crosses the underground river. We're coming round now, back downstream to where it is there. Zooming across, there's your flags again, indicating the source of water. There we are, that's them. We'll be moving from here now. Walking back now towards the back. We're looking at it now, almost on top of it there. As you see there now, they're very close together. The two yellow and the two white, so there's virtually no change in the water being taken out. It seems to be steady at that stage. The two red remain the same. Once we've stopped pumping, because they're pumping at the moment, but once they stop pumping, the water will expand back to where the red flags are indicating. Until then, they will remain where the yellow and white flags are, which is indicating just a small amount of water passing. Here we go now, we're on to where the pump is now. This is where they're taking it under pressure now. The water coming out of the borehole. You'll see there's a little pump system on the top. The water's fairly clear. We're coming down into it now. A little bit at a time. Here we go, going down. Here we go, we're going to where the indicators are now. Shortly you'll see the wheels spinning round. That tells you the quantity of water which will be taken out. It's a little bit difficult to get into picture. There you are, coming better now. You see the red markers spinning around like a top, and then you've got other markers moving slower. They're going by the amount of litres per hour and per minute, according to what they are. Let you have a look at that. Now we're moving away a bit further. Just a bit further. You see the water's fairly clean there now. Now we're coming back in. And back out again. Back in again. Back out. Top still spinning round. Quite a bit of pressure on that water, as you can see. A little bit of wind blowing at the time. There you are, we're coming from it now. We're moving away from there somewhat now. As you can see, the pond is quite clear now with that water. See? No stains there now on the pond itself, which is a good indicator that the water coming up is a lot cleaner now. Now we're going to walk along the pipe a little bit. Just checking that one more time, just to make sure it's okay. You'll see the blue pipe there. Now we're going back, following the blue pipe towards the drilling rig. Now we're going round to check now the flags again, because there's an hour past now. There you go, there's the two red flags, and you see the two yellow and two white are virtually not changed, which is indicating that it's taking no more out of this underground source of water. So we'll just hold that for a minute. There's the road, you can see the road, and then there's the other flags. We'll walk over to them now, and there you go. Don't forget, the two yellow represents the outside of the flow, the two white and two red are the inner flows of what's been taken out. Still not a lot been taken out of this one. I think they may have missed that one partly. There's your pump, which is pumping the water under pressure to the pond. There you go, there's another, just to show you, there's a guy there tidying up the lawn. There's the pump again, and you'll also see the manhole covers off. We're coming down into it now, and you should see the casing. There you go, there's the borehole itself, and there's your pipe. The blue pipe's connecting to the black pipe, and then it follows along there and then over across down to the pond itself. We're turning round now this way. By the side there you could see the pipes. Now we're walking back down again to the underground river downstream of the drilling rig itself. Now we're going round again. We do this periodically during the day. Now we're coming to where the pipe is going into the water again. And all the work and all the effort we've put in is for this, to get the water. All the map dowsing, the site visits we've done to the site, and the drilling which took place with all its problems. This is what it's been about, finding this water for the golf course. Dowsing is never always easy. There is difficult times, especially when you're working with clay, especially marl clay. It can be a problem. Always double your depth count if you're in marl or you think you're in marl, as it can throw your depth count out whether you use the bishop's rule or a standing depth count. We just look at it from there now. You can see where it's going towards the pump itself, to the borehole and the manhole. As you can see, it's going back down there into the pond. I wish you well with your dowsing. As I said early on, when we started doing the water drilling at the golf course, I promised to show you marl clay and marl rock. This I'm going to show you now is marl rock, and this comes from Hale Moy. The other one is marl rock again, and you'll see it's got traces of grey in it as well. Okay, we still got the water from there, but it is always a problem. And usually what happens is the marl clay's on top. It gets condensed down and it forms a rock. Hence why you get the marl rock. It gets compressed. You can get various colours in marl clays. Sometimes it can be a light brown, like I've just shown you, like that. Other times it can be a mixture of greys and browns, like so. Other times it can be a light brown, just the clay itself, as you can see the colour there. And that is just mushy stuff, that. Okay? They all came from the Hay&Y. I've also picked up redder marl in Wrexham on the industrial estate. Now, regarding the site that we've just finished, although the driller thought it was limestone and I said it was marl clay, to give you an idea, this is it when it's compressed, and it's a form of rock, and if you were to break it up it becomes just like a dust, like so. I won't break it up too much because it makes a mess. There we are. That forms a seal which stops the water. You've got to get underneath it to get to it. The same site, when you soak that in water, it's like this. It's just a grey colour. There we are. It's very tacky, and that will stop any water coming through. So as I promised, I'd show you that. But if you double your depth count when you're doing that, when you come across it, it usually solves the problem. Thank you, and good luck with your dowsing. It's not all dreadful. You can have good times as well as bad ones. Bye.